Gentlemen, welcome here today to a brand new video. Today we are going to do, all different tyres. And what this is, basically I have to use all the available tyres, during a race. Now, obviously, I'm going to do this around the circuit of France, The difficulty will be on 0% AI because I don't think it would be, well, good. I'd be good enough to do it on 100% AI. I think that'd be a bit too much of a stretch. But basically, the thing that I've got to do is basically I've got to try and basically use all tyres during the race. It'll be a short race. It'll be only 25%. There'll be no practice, no qualifying, and we have to actually drop to the back. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be easy by no stretch of the imagination. Like, I know it's 0% AI, so yeah, maybe the first stint will be absolutely fine. Oh wait, one thing I need to do, make sure it's dry. I don't want dynamic weather today, thank you very much. Clear, that's what we want. So, obviously, it's not going to be easy, and we've got to do it just right. So, the rule is, we must do, at least one whole lap on that tyre before we come in for a pit stop. So, I'm not just talking about our out lap. We have to do the out lap, obviously, but we also have to do the in lap as well. So, that is also what we're going to have to do. So, we've more or less got to do one whole lap before we can go into the pits on that tyre. So we have to set one lap time effectively on that tyre.
Right, let's be patient.
So
going into
it's 13 laps. How many tyres are there to use? There's 3 dry, 2 wets tyres, so that's 5 tyres. So we're going to have to pit 4 times if I'm correct, or 5 times. So 5 divided by, 13. 13 divided by 5. So we need to do about 2.6 laps on every tyre. So yeah, basically that's what we're going to have to do. So I need to obviously sort of work this one out. So right, we can obviously add 3 tyres. Can we add a different tyre? No, so we can't actually add a different tyre. So I think I'm going to start on the medium, then go to the to the wets, then onto, I think, the inters, then mediums. Our first pit stop, I'm going to say lap 3. So we got effectively 3 laps to build the gap. Then we have to start pitting. I want to leave myself with a little bit at the end, so 2 laps at the end. So lap 11 is when we'll pit for the soft tyre, and then we'll do middle pie and the medium. That could work. 21 minutes is our race time, but it's going to be a lot longer. So we've got to drop to the back of the grid. We're using Vettel for this. Right. Here we go then. So we're away, and now we can start racing. So, on the medium tyre, effectively. Now, it shouldn't be too hard to get back through. Shouldn't take too long. Probably only a few minutes. Already we're up 3 places. Then here. So, yeah, P12 already, and we're not even inside, well, halfway around lap 1. Ooh. That was aggressive from one of the cars. So, here we go then. So this is where we've got to sort of settle down. So we're on the medium tyre. Obviously, right now I'm not really expecting too much. It's just about getting through the traffic, making sure we don't crash with anyone, and yeah, just having a calm opening lap. As soon as we've done that, oh, they lift off so early, they do. Honestly, that's early. Right, now we can focus, get on with our race and extend. So, effectively, for a pit stop, we need 21 seconds, okay, over the car behind. Obviously, right now we wouldn't have that. Now, I think they've added in a new pit entry now, also onto the game. It's certainly a bit different. So, this track looks a bit updated, quite honestly. Oh dear, that weren't the best. I am going to use one flashback, that's it. I'm not allowed to use any other flashbacks today. I've certainly updated this, because if you go back to my first video on this game, you'll find, or on this track, you'll find it looks certainly a whole lot different. Pit entry and pit exit. For the most part though, still very much the same. I'm not sure when the update happened though. Right, anyway, so we've got a 2-second lead, so 2.7, so we're not going to be able to come out like in front of anyone.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Confirmed.
So we're not actually going to come in for mediums, we're going to go onto the wets. That is going to be our next strategy. Now the reason why I'm using mediums yet, because it's sort of like a semi-tyre in the middle of being quick and slow, so it should be quick enough to build some sort of gap, but it's not going to be too slow where we won't be able to run. But I'm going to get the hardest stint out of the way, the full wet tyre. Obviously we need, as I say, 21 seconds. We've got about 4 of those seconds, or 5, maybe a bit more.
Let's turn up the ERS
not much.
and burn some of this energy.
So that's the fastest lap. No surprise there, because obviously we're in the Ferrari. We're either way a decent driver. Obviously we've got 8-second gap now, so I think we won't come out dead last, where we'll come out 10th right now, which wouldn't be too bad. To come out 10th, well, make that 8th now, ain't that bad, that's pretty good. But the next stint is where we're going to lose, what you call it, that edge, effectively. Then we're going to go for 2 dry stints towards the end. So, going for now, get our 2 hardest stints out of the way on the wet tyre and the medium tyre, and the inter tyre, sorry.
To the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
12 seconds the gap, so yeah, we built up a good gap over Hamilton now. Now, good thing is, their tyres will have gone off a little bit. Don't get me wrong, our tyres won't last. Oh wow, that is a real dodgy pit lane entry. Don't like that. Not a fan. So we're now going on to the wet tyre. This is now where effectively you can say things become a little bit more difficult.
Release.
There we go then, we're on now the full wet tyre. Now, the wet tyre should not be used on a track that is dry. It's meant to clear, I think, 60 gallons of water a minute or something, or per...
Track conditions are improving rapidly. It's up to you whether you want to go straight onto the slicks.
Track conditions improving rapidly. Right, here we go then. So it won't be impossible to drive it, like, it should last, but... oh, this is going to be horrible. So we need to do...
+1 lap of extra fuel
We'll get these tyres to the end of lap 5, then obviously, or lap 6 or something. Oh, the understeer is real, trust me. And we've still got another lap on these tyres, or we've got to do to the end of next lap on this tyre to be able to call it mission accomplished. And then we got the inters to come, and look how hot these tyres are. I tell you what, this ain't how you're meant to do it. Oh, the tyres are burning. No grip on the rears. These will be slicked by the end of the stint, I tell you. These won't be wets, these will be slicked. Oh dear, wow. That is so hard. I just want to see something. Can we have a look at how hot them tyres are? Or can we see any detail? Like, and I said I'd only use one flashback, but I will use probably now 2. But no, you can't see much detail, but trust me, these tyres have no place on this circuit right now. And I tell you that, literally, like, they have nothing to offer on a wet track. Like, I'm surprised that they're even going this far. Understeer is real, literally. That's not turning, literally 78 miles per hour just to take that corner. Usually taken at 100, well, plus miles per hour. This corner here, impossible. Absolutely impossible. Having to, you know, try and just keep the car in a straight line is just really, really knackering. Honestly. Oh dear. Oh. Almost getting spun round there. Thank God. Now we will get the DRS, don't get me wrong. I don't know how much use it will be. But can we get actually an overtake on Lance Stroll?
If you think you can get past, increase DRS deployment to overtake.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to see whether we could get overtake. Right, I'm not going to try that again. We'll just run our race as normal. But literally, getting an overtake on Lance Stroll would have been a miracle. So right, we can come in this lap anyway. Now, on to the inters. Now, the inters should be a little bit better. Shouldn't be as bad, but they're still not going to work correctly. As we bang into the side of Danny Kvyat. Here we go then, down the back straight. So next up's obviously Alex Albon behind me. He may try a lunge down the inside. In all fairness, probably everyone could right now, and just shows you that's under brake and don't want to lose or get a penalty. So just drop the time, but yeah, these tyres are absolutely got no grip. So yeah, how much wear do they have on them? 22% in the rears. We're around. This is just literally, that's plain and simple no grip. Literally, look how hot my tyres are. That's plain and simple no grip. Now, that's the worst thing that could have happened in this race, is what's just happened. Because we've still got, remember, one more stop and then we can go on to slick tyres. So next time we've got to get to lap 7, which, or to the end of lap 7 more or less. Literally, wow.
Are you alright there? Don't worry about the mistake, just focus on the rest of the race.
Honestly, so we're going to come out last. We've got so much to make up now, in theory. We're probably going to have a lap to make up.
Complete, go now.
What? Oh, come on, car. Sorry about using this many flashbacks. I do apologise pre-advance, because obviously, you can understand, the car just weren't going, it weren't even my fault, I did build up the revs and it just doesn't release you for whatever reason. Really? Why ain't it releasing me? It says build up the revs. I've done that.
Go.
Anyway, we're now on the inter tyre, so this is the sort of like the tyre between a slick and a full wet. It's the tyre that you generally choose if you were on a sort of semi-dry track.
Let us know when it's time for slicks.
So, already it feels somewhat better. It doesn't feel massively better. Still, you'll see the understeer, and once again, these tyres will overheat. I may not overheat as quickly, but they will overheat. I should have looked when they came off how bad the tyres were.
Let's increase ERS deployment to up the pace.
And already, I imagine these are getting pretty warm. But as I say, these are better. I can already feel like the better in them, or how much better they really are. And trust me, so they are better. Now they've done their pit stop. We've still got to make a second stop as things go. So this is where and why this race is tricky. Oh dear, because the car wanting to snap out on us there. Because obviously they don't have to make as many pit stops as we. We've still got 2 more stops to come, and we're not even anywhere close to that mark. I don't know where we're gonna finish. Okay, if we took the spin out, you know, maybe we could finish better, but I don't know. I still hope we can finish okay, but it's so tricky. Like, even on 0% AI, this is a real tricky challenge. Like, it isn't easy to do. Like, because you're battling the car for grip. That's what you're battling. Right, we can come in this lap. We now can go, guess what? Onto a dry tyre. That's now the medium tyre. Sorry, the hard tyre that we're going on. So, yeah, the hard tyre now, where we can start to make up time and on dry track. So,
Okay, gap ahead
yeah.
is 16.0 seconds.
Teammates now in the
Charles
pits,
is in the pits.
just to show you how much. But honestly, look how bad these tyres are already. Like, they're not as bad. They're not overheating at the rear so much, which actually is good. Probably it's the thing that's saving us right now, because you know they're just overheating at the front, and they've got a lack of grip right now. So
The car ahead is coming to
it's
the
not
mediums.
rear
Car
end
ahead,
grip,
now running medium tyres.
but still very hot, and shouldn't be on. But as I say, not as bad. It is a bit more copeable. You can cope a little bit more. We're now about to come in. No, I don't want any penalties. Sorry about that. Literally, because of how bad that tyre was. Literally, I don't actually like that pit entrance, I'm not gonna lie, either. But, yeah, anyway. Now, it's time to go back onto slick tyres.
Go now.
Now, I want to just see something. How ruined were them tyres? Because only probably now we can get our best chance. Oh, balls. Really? Are you having a laugh? You can't actually view in the pits how bad your tyres are, sort of thing. No. I guess what... We can't really tell how bad them tyres were, but I guess what we can tell is certainly, you know, they're not made for the track anyway. Anyway, now we're on the slick tyre once again. Now it's time to make up all the time that we've lost
Look after these tyres
and
now.
trash them around. As you can see, already, literally, the car just darts around once again. The car is nice to drive, and I'll tell you what, oh baby, I miss you. Honestly, these tyres just feel brilliant compared to the Inters and the wets. Literally, it feels like we're back where we belong. Dry track, dry tyre. And actually, I think this emphasises how important being on the right tyre at the right time really matters. Like, because obviously, it just goes to show, like, how, I guess, important, like, dry tyres are on a dry track. Or how even important. And I may do that. I may actually do a slightly different challenge a bit later on. Show you what a dry tyre on a wet track's like challenge, or maybe we could do something like that. Or like, because in a way this is a bit like a wet tyre challenge on a dry track, whereas that'd be different. But again, it would show you the difference. Like, and the effect is more or less very similar. Like, with dry tyres on a wet track, you tend to just understeer everywhere, and you just have no grip. It's probably a bit better the other way round, but yeah, you know, it's still nonetheless not designed. Anyway, what's the gap? 25 seconds. So we've got 2 laps to obviously bring that gap down. I want to get back down to maybe less than 10 seconds or something. I certainly don't want it to be as high up. Now, obviously, I don't want this to be affected by penalties or virtual safety car or any safety car, because obviously that could play into our hands. I just want, you know, right, Russell's out of the... Russell is actually now out of the actual race, so that's not good for Russell. It's not nice for us, because it just means that, obviously...
Okay, clear.
Yeah, but not nice for Russell, so we're up into 19th, but I'm still gonna class out. Why did I do that, Julian? Sometimes I do that in my driving. I keep on getting into the curb and I become too greedy. I caught the yellow curb there. Anyway. Did I just change up? Why did I do that as well? I'm an idiot sometimes. Anyway, we've got about another 2 laps to make this work. We're going in on lap 11, remember. So, obviously, that wet tyre did cost me a lot of time, obviously. Just shows though. And is that Kubica in? I think Kubica's in the pits now. So... Are these guys on medium tyres? So they must have done the long strategy, as we just set fastest lap on medium tyres. Alright. We've got one more lap on them. On these tyres before we have to go onto the soft tyre, and that will then be till the end of the race. Now, obviously, the gap's 10 seconds to the back marker, so we're going to lose 20 seconds. I'm going to say, based on that, we can probably get P10. I'm going to say. I think higher than P10 would be a bit ambitious. But should be able to come out ahead of Kubica anyway. Right, I shouldn't have too much difficulty in that, but I think P10 is going to be as realistic as we've got to get. I honestly don't see myself going any higher than that. Turn down our ERS mixture.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Right, we're now going to start overtaking cars this lap, but whatever we overtake, we've still got to bring up the gap to 20 seconds to be able to come out in front. So we're about probably 10 seconds quicker a lap right now on this circuit. So Giovinazzi easily passed. So obviously, if let's say we had, I'd say, these tyres till the end, I reckon we could easily come home P1, but we don't. Now up into P13. Obviously, the thing about 0% AI, they're not actually that slow in a straight line. Their main weakness is just the corners. So we're now in 13th. So we'll soon have 2 laps on obviously the soft tyre, which is the quickest tyre overall.
Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment.
Really don't like that new pit entry. I really don't like the new pit entry. It feels horrible. Because, right, you sort of got to come off line to come in, I guess. And then it's very much downhill. I don't like that. Sorry about the flashbacks, but I just don't like this new pit entry. That's going to take some time to get used to. I'll tell you that now. Even in career mode, that is going to take time to get used to. That new pit entry. I prefer the old one. For crying out loud, why ain't this... What's wrong with my game? I think my game could be broken. For whatever reason. Literally. Soon as I build up the revs optimally, like the game wants me to, but it won't release me into clear pit lane. That time it does it good. That time it was like a professional, but other times it's been... Oh, for crying out loud, no! I need to work out how... Right. There we go. I sort of had to do that. I'm so sorry, I sort of had to cheat there. Right. Because, see, I built up the revs, I released the clutch then, I don't like that. The pit system needs fixing, Codemasters. Literally, it's so terrible. It's very sensitive. Anyway, now we can go on our lap. And now we're on the soft tyre. This is the quickest tyre to the end of the race, effectively. Let's see now where we finish. So, we ain't too far behind, actually, these lot, only 8 seconds, so should easily have them by the end of the lap. Obviously we're gonna go for a quick lap at the end as well. width line. 3 seconds in that one sector alone. Right, now it's time to put this car into its maximum mode. Let's see where we can get to. Oh, having to go off the circuit there to get the pass done. It was a legal overtake, but nonetheless, oh well.
Our gap to the car in front is 7.8 seconds.
So 7.8 seconds, so we are probably gonna catch in time for, or to be there when it matters. I don't think it's gonna be the win, but can we get P10? Let's find out.
Our gap behind
We'll find out
is
soon.
3.1 seconds.
3.9 seconds, that's closer than we were to the other group. So Bottas wins. I said we weren't going to get the win, I knew it. But can we come home like inside the top 10? Let's find out. Trying to go for off the track overtake. I don't care.
You need to give that position back.
I'm not
That
going
was
to
a
give
legal
that back
overtake.
because, yeah, they were going so slow. We're going to ignore the penalty.
We've been awarded a time penalty. We'll go against our finishing.
So, we'll ignore the penalty. We finished P10 then there. Okay, it says P13, but we did finish P10. So, yeah. Obviously, so that's basically from the back of the grid to first, then back onto wet tyres, and back to the back of the grid, and then back from there to 10th. So, yeah, it weren't bad, I guess. We didn't have the greatest race overall. I reckon if we didn't spin, okay, if we didn't, let's say, have a few problems with pit entry, I think we could have done a better job. Maybe P5. I think that was possible. However, but we did spin, but we did have errors. So, P10. Which is rather interesting, I think, then, because, you know, it really shows, you know, overall. 40, so how much did we lose? Okay, 48 seconds, that's the difference. Apparently we picked up 13 seconds worth of penalties, so we actually finished in between Magnussen, so 35 seconds we were off the lead. So yeah, I guess that seems fair. As I say, P5, I think we could have if we didn't spin. That's only 5 more seconds. I would say that seems pretty fair as well. You know, I think if we had a perfect day, I think the podium was possible. I don't think there's enough in there for the window. Like, that's my opinion, like, yeah, like, because overall, it's not like we didn't have the pace in the car. I think the pace was there, we just made 1 or 2 errors, and you need to be, I think, a lot more consistent as well. That's another thing, and that's something I think we lacked today, unfortunately. But yeah, that is then the answer. If you want to find out for yourself what your result would be, go ahead and do it. The rule is obviously to doing it, you have to use all 5 tyre compounds available, all 3 slick tyres, so that would be for dry racing, and both of the wet compounds as well. That's the rules, of course. And plus you must drop to the back of the grid at the start of the race and then work your way through. 0% AI you can do it on, or if you think you can be better than that, then go for even a higher AI difficulty. However, don't go too high, don't go 110% AI, because I could guarantee you, unless you're Super Mario, you wouldn't be able to, obviously, you know, go or complete the challenge successfully, trust me. No one would in that case, but yeah, P10, that's what we got. Okay, it says P13, but we did finish 10th. Yeah, like, that's how many stops we did. So we went from the medium to the wet, to the inters, to the hard, to the soft. That was our strategy. We made 5 tyre changes during that race, 4 actually, sorry, 4 tyre changes, and everyone else made only the 1 stop work. So obviously, Kubica made a 2 stop, so Kubica had still half of what I had, but nonetheless, point is, okay, like, it's interesting to see. But as I say, I think we were just a bit too inconsistent, really. Like, in that race, like, on the hard we weren't bad, we were pretty good, but then, you know, overall, like, yeah, as I say, during that first stint, we weren't really there. Then obviously we had to do the 2 laps on the wets and the 2 laps on the inters, so you lose about, you know, overall we were losing about quite a lot, about 15 seconds a lap to others on that tyre, on the dry compound tyre. So yeah, and on the wet we were actually losing, on the wet tyre we were losing more than that. On the inters we were losing 15 seconds roughly. On the wet tyre we were losing around 30 to 40 seconds, and obviously then we had that spin on the wet. That's the lap 4 where we spun. So yeah, that didn't help. So yeah, we just tumbled down the field, of course, and it cost us that then. 7 seconds though, if we think of it this way, 7 seconds did cost us the difference between, actually, it did cost us the difference between 10th and 6th. So that's what it cost us. I will probably redo this at some other point, okay, maybe on a different track, to see whether we can get a different result, maybe even win, obviously. Maybe next time we'll do it on Spa-Francorchamps or something like that. But as you can see then, you know, like, it is a pretty difficult challenge. We will do also wet tyre on dry tyre on a wet track, I think. Also, I think that'd be a pretty good challenge. So we'll do a few challenges during this summer break. And yeah, hopefully you can enjoy them challenges that we do. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great afternoon or evening. Tomorrow I'll be out with a career mode video, so stay tuned for that. Also tonight I'm going to bring out my reaction to Pierre Gasly, obviously, who's now swapped teams from Red Bull to Toro Rosso. Obviously it wasn't his decision to swap, obviously he was forced to swap, but yeah, nonetheless, swap teams now, which ain't good for him. Anyway, thank you for watching, have a good one, see you all next time.